I'm sure a lot of you have seen the picture of this guy floating around and have heard that he is a confirmed character in the upcoming Season 3 of Invincible. So who exactly is this guy, and what makes him one of the most tragic villains in Invincible? He went by the name Power Plex, but his regular name was Scott Duvall. And he wasn't a bad guy at all. He had a respectable job where he was a scientist at the Pentagon. And he had a loving wife and son. But what exactly would cause a well-respected member of society such as himself to become a supervillain? Well, his path to villainy all began when Omni-Man and Invincible clashed. Throughout their devastating battle, countless buildings were reduced to rubble, and thousands of people lost their lives. One of those people who perished was Scott's sister, Jessica. She was an office assistant at an advertising agency. She was just trying to work her way through college, but the building she worked in was destroyed during Invincible's and Omni-Man's fight, and she was killed in the collapse. Scott thought that Invincible was bad and was in on the scheme with Omni-Man, so he blamed them both for the death of his sister, and he wanted revenge. He put on his Power Plex suit and practiced what he would say when he would face Invincible to his wife and son. His wife was very supportive of his endeavors to fight Invincible because she also loved Jessica and blamed Invincible for her death. Scott worked in the Pentagon and had been stealing biotherm discs to help strengthen his powers for when he would have his epic battle with Invincible. However, his bosses were noticing the tech going missing, and he was told that it was only a matter of time till they found the person stealing them. This made Scott nervous because he didn't want to get arrested and go to jail before he got a chance to have his showdown with Invincible. So he went into public and began using his powers and making a scene. He was intentionally not hurting anybody, he just wanted to stir things up and draw out Invincible. However, he kept drawing out other superheroes instead that would fight him. So he came up with an extreme plan to draw out Invincible so he could finally fight and kill him. However, he was a bit worried to do it because it would involve both his wife and son and put them both at risk. However, his wife said she was willing to do whatever it takes to finally kill Invincible. So Scott tied up his wife and son and used them as fake hostages to get Invincible to come face him. He got the news to air the footage with a message that said he would kill the hostages if Invincible didn't come face him alone. Within minutes, Invincible showed up and said, "What the heck, dude?" and told him to release his hostages. Scott screamed at him and said, "Do you know who Jessica Duvall is?" Invincible admitted that he didn't, and Scott said that she was his sister, and she died in Invincible's fight with Omni-Man. Invincible apologized, but that wasn't enough for Scott. He kept shooting electricity at Invincible and grew angrier and angrier as he fought. He absorbed Invincible's punches and channeled the kinetic energy into more powerful blasts. He finally blasted Invincible with all his might to try and kill him once and for all. However, the electricity coursed through the floor and completely fried his wife and son. He yelled that Invincible had killed his family. Invincible grabbed him and tanked the electricity until Scott finally ran out of power. He slumped to the ground and cried over the charred remains of his family. Later, Invincible visited him in prison, and Power Plex told Invincible that he would one day find a way to kill him and avenge all the people he had hurt. Eventually, Power Plex was released by Cecil so he could join a team called the Actioneers, which is sort of like the Invincible Universe's version of the Suicide Squad. Eventually, Power Plex let his anger get the better of him yet again, and he attacked Invincible once again. Invincible told him that his family's deaths were his own fault, and he finally came to terms with what he had done and accepted responsibility for the fact that he had killed his family.